everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia. Today we are making this adorable little hoodie sweater for a baby boy. This can be changed out though and made for a girl as well. This is such a cute little sweater pattern that I had so much fun making it. I'll go right into the supplies we need today. We are using two different colors. One is Caron Simply Soft, and that's our main color. We are using the color Bone in this one, and this is a medium size 4 yarn, and this is acrylic. We are going to be using actually a full skein of this, which is 315 yards, so make sure you have that, as well as an accent color. We are using Bernat Softy Baby, and this is the 5-ounce ball. This is a light yarn size 3, but you could use a worsted weight or any double knitting type of yarn for this project. And this ball is 362 yards, but we're going to be using, less than 100 yards. So I would maybe just buy one skein and you could use that. This is just our accent color that we are using to make just 2 stripes on the body, 2 stripes on each sleeve, and on the hood, around the hood, we are using an accent. So you don't need much of your accent color, but your main color, you do need 315 yards for that. Now, this size that I'm making will fit a 3 to 6 month old, maybe up to 8 months baby, but you can make this smaller by using a smaller crochet size hook. We are using a J size hook in this tutorial. That is a 6mm hook. So make sure you have that if you want to make the same exact size as mine. But like I said, you could make this smaller by using a smaller hook. You could go down to a G size hook, which is 4.25mm, or an H size hook, which is 5mm. You could use an I hook, which is 5.5mm, but I'm using the J hook. And also, if you wanted to make this bigger, you could also use a K size hook, which is 6.5mm. So, but I do not have a written pattern for different sizes, for different stitch numbers and all that math, but I will have the written pattern for this specific sweater on my website. So make sure you check out those links in the description of this video. There will be a link to my blog where you'll get the written pattern for this project. There's also a link to my Facebook. Make sure that you join me on Facebook, like my page, and if you make this, make sure to share your photo on Facebook. I'd absolutely love to see your sweaters and how they turn out and what colors you use. If you make this for somebody special, make sure to comment who is receiving this, because the little boy will be so adorable in this. And you can see here we're making the hood. We actually start from the top down, then add the sleeves, and then make the hood last. So that's how this project is worked up. But yeah, check out the links, like I said. Also, check out the link to my Instagram. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, like my photos, and if you hashtag on Instagram YARNutopia, then I will go in and like your photos and comment on my faves. And you can see here the back that has, we work seam down the back, so you can see that there. And it's very nice and very clean and very adorable. So I really like this piece a lot. Also, I do want to thank my dad, Fuad, Azmat, for taking the time out to make these videos with us. He is our videographer, editor, and photographer for all of our videos. So make sure you subscribe to our channel so that we can keep bringing you crochet tutorials and you can get the update on when we do that. Also, if you have a chance, go to our channel, and on the right-hand side there is a blue button that says support. Make sure to click that and support us in any way you can. That would be greatly appreciated. And for those of you who have already donated to us, we really appreciate that. Your kindness is very, very much appreciated, so thank you so much. Also, follow me on Snapchat. I've been snapping quite a bit lately, so make sure that you follow me there. But yeah, I think that's all the supplies we need. Obviously, I guess I didn't mention a scissors and a yarn needle will come in handy in this project, because we will be cutting our yarn and sewing in our ends. And then again, that J-sized hook is in this tutorial, but you can use a smaller size hook for yours if you want to make this smaller for like a newborn baby or something. So like I said, those are all the supplies we need. So let's get started and make this adorable sweater together. To start off, we have to make a slip knot. So put your short end over your long end, fold that down, and then pull that through and pull tight. Insert your hook and we can start. To start off, we have to chain 50. So yarn over and pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I won't make you watch all 50, so just chain 50 just like this, and then I will meet you up and we will go on to round 1 together. Okay, when you have your 50 chains, this is what it should look like. So now we are going to take this end and form a ring by attaching it to this end. So make sure you don't twist it. Okay, you're going to lay it out flat. Okay, and then bring this side over like this, and this side over like this, and then insert your hook into that first chain. Okay, and then yarn over and pull through and pull through on that loop there. Pull tight, and we've just formed a ring for the neck. Okay, so now going on to row 1, we are going to chain up 2, so yarn over, pull through 1 and 2, and we are going to put a double crochet into that same stitch. So yarn over, go into that same chain right there, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now we are going to put a double crochet in the next 6 chains, and what I usually do is I see my chain like this, I'm actually going to turn it toward me, and I'm going to work in these back ridges here. So back ridge, but you can work on the side, on this top loop if you'd like, wherever you feel most comfortable inserting your hook. So we're going to double crochet in the next 6 chains, so yarn over, go into this next chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That's a double crochet, so again, yarn over, go into the next chain, then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the next chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so that was 3, going into the next. This is 4. This is 5. And this is 6. Okay, now in this next chain we are going to make a V-stitch, and what a V-stitch is, we're going to yarn over, we're going to make a double crochet in that chain. So go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Then we are going to chain 1, so yarn over and pull through, and then we're going to put a double crochet back into that same chain. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2, just like that. So it's a V-stitch. Now we are going to put 1 double crochet into the next 9 stitches. So yarn over, go into the next chain, make a double crochet in there, yarn over, go into the next chain, that's 1, this is 2, this next one is 3, then 4, then 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and our last one here is 9. Okay, then we want to make a V-stitch in the next chain. So in this very next one here, we're going to put a double crochet, okay, 1, and then chain 1, so yarn over, pull through, and then another double crochet in that same chain. Okay, that was our V-stitch there. Okay, now we're going to put 1 double crochet in the next 14 stitches. Okay, so I'm going to just put 1 regular double crochet in the next 14 stitches. Once I'm finished with my 14th stitch in the next 14 stitches, or next 14 chains, I guess, I'll meet you up and we'll go on to the next step together. Okay, Okay, I'm finishing up my 14th stitch. Okay, so you can see here I just double crocheted in the next 14 stitches, just like that. Now in this next stitch, in this next chain right here, we are going to put a V-stitch. So double crochet, then chain 1, and then double crochet back into that same chain. Okay, just like that. Now we are going to put 1 double crochet in the next 9 stitches, or the next 9 chains, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay, and 9 right here. Then in the next stitch we are going to make our V-stitch, so put a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet back into that same chain. Okay, then we are going to put 1 double crochet in the last 7 chains. Okay, so there should be 7 chains left, so we're going to put 1 double crochet in each one of those. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is right here, and 7 is our last one on this round. Okay, 7, there we go. So now you want to make sure that your round is not twisted in any way, and you want to count back. There should be 54 double crochets and 4 chain 1 spaces. So if you need to, count back around, and we are going to slip stitch to the beginning double crochet of this round, okay, not this chain up 2 right here. We're going to go right into the double crochet stitch, then yarn over, pull through, and through. Okay, then we're going to chain up 2, 1, 2, which does not count as anything, okay? Then in round 2, we are going to double crochet into each of the double crochets and V-stitch in our chain 1 spaces. And at the end of round 2, we will have 58 double crochets. So go right into this first one right here that we just slip stitched into. We're going to put a double crochet in there. Okay, then double crochet in the next stitches until you hit the chain 1 space. Okay. 3 more stitches here. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So now I'm in the chain 1 space right here. We are going to put a V-stitch in there. So put a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet back into that same chain 1 space. Now don't forget this double crochet right here. We're going to put a double crochet right in there, and we're going to double crochet into each stitch until we hit the next chain 1 space, and in the next chain 1 space we'll put our V-stitch, and then just do that all the way around, just putting a double crochet in each of the double crochets and put a V-stitch in the chain 1 spaces. And like I said, at the end of this round, round 2, you'll have 58 double crochets and 4 chain 1 spaces, and I'll meet you up and we'll go on to round 3 together. Alright, when you finish row 2, you want to slip stitch to the beginning double crochet of this round, not this chain up 2 right here. You want to go into the double crochet, yarn over, pull through, and through. Okay, so like I said, you should have 58 double crochets and 4 chain 1 spaces. Now for rows 3 through 6, you want to repeat row 2. So chain up 2, double crochet in each double crochet, and V-stitch in each chain 1 space. At the end of round 3, you will have 62 double crochets and 4 chain 1 spaces. At the end of round 4, you should have 66 double crochets and 4 chain 1 spaces. After row 5, you should have 70 double crochets and 4 chain 1 spaces. And in round 6, at the end of round 6, you should have 74 double crochet and 4 chain 1 spaces. So I am going to do that. I'm going to finish rounds 3, 4, 5, and 6, and just basically just repeating round 2. And I will meet you up then after round 6 is finished, and we will go on to round 7 together. Alright, when you finish round 6, this is what it should sort of look like. You can see here that the V-stitches make these little gaps that we are going to be working in round 7 now, this gap here. And we are, if you line this up, well, let me attach first. So slip stitch to the beginning, double crochet, just like how we've done. Okay, pull that through, and then you want to line this up so your seam is in the center back, and then you can see the V-stitches here and the V-stitches here. You want to line those up with the other side. See the V-stitches on this side here and this side here. So you just want to line them up so they line up, and you can see that. Then this is the neckline. Okay, so this is the front. Okay, this is going to be a sleeve here and a sleeve here. Okay, but we're going to be working just around the body area first, and then we'll make the sleeves later. So just make sure you line this up nicely. Okay, and then going on to round 7, this is where we're going to be working and attaching these 2 layers. So we're going to be working till this point, and then we're going to attach the 2 V-stitches in the 2 layers. So I'll show you how to do that. Chain up 2, 1 and 2, double crochet until you get to the first V-stitch. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay, so the first 13 stitches, just get a double crochet. Now we are going to double crochet, but we're going to work into this chain 1 space, and we are also working through this side as well. So push those 2 together, like to flatten them out. Okay, then yarn over, go through this V-stitch, and then out to the other side V-stitch, so through both layers. Then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, so we just attached those 2 just like that. Now we're going to leave all of these unworked here, okay, and we're going to turn this around, and then we're going to work now in this layer only, okay, and we are going to put a double crochet right into this stitch next to this V-stitch. So right in here, put a double crochet into that stitch and all the way across. Okay, so I think it should be 28 stitches, but let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, oh I was wrong, it's 26 stitches, okay, till we get to the next V-stitch, and now we're going to do what we did with the last V-stitches, and do it with these V-stitches. So put this layer on top of this layer, okay, attaching them. We are going to yarn over, go into the chain 1 space of this one, and out the chain 1 space of this other layer, just like that, then yarn over, pull through the 2 layers, then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, so we've just attached these ones now. Now we're just going to leave these unworked here, and we're going to turn this back around, and then double crochet in the rest of the stitches on this row. So right here, there's a stitch right next to the V-stitch, so put your double crochet in the last stitches, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And then slip stitch to the beginning double crochet right up here, yarn over, pull through, and through. Okay, so at the end of round 7, you should have 54 double crochets. So this is what it looks like so far. So you can see here that we made the sleeves, and now we are going to make the bottom portion, the bottom half here. So rounds 8 through 12 are just double crocheting around. So chain up 2, and then double crochet into each stitch all the way around, and then slip stitch to the beginning double crochet of the round, just like we have been doing for each round. And then go on to the next round. So rounds 8 through 12, so 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, so the next 5 rounds we will be putting 1 double crochet into each stitch around for a total of 54 stitches, 54 double crochets. So I will meet you up when I finish round 12, and then we will go on to changing our color actually and going on to round 13 together. So I'll meet you up at that point. Alright, when you finish round 12, this is what your work should look like. It's like upside down, but if you flip it, you can see that your little shirt is coming together. So now, go back to where we started at the beginning of this round. Now after you finish round 12, instead of slip stitching to the beginning with our same color like this, we're actually going to insert our hook in the first double crochet and then slip stitch with the new color. Okay, if you're not changing colors, obviously then slip stitch with this old color, or your main color, I guess. But if you want to change colors at this point and make a little stripe of blue, you can hook on a new color. In my case, it's blue. And just slip stitch with that. And then pull all your stragglers tight. And then with the blue color now, so you're going to drop all your stragglers in old color. And with the blue color now, chain up 2, 1 and 2, and then double crochet into this first stitch right here that we just slip stitched into. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. And just double crochet like we were doing for rounds 8 through 12. So we're just putting a double crochet in each stitch around now with blue for round 13. At the end of round 13, we are going to change back to our main color. So I'll meet you up at the end of this round and we'll go on to round 14 together. Alright, at this point we are going to change back to our main color, but what I want to do is pause for a second and show you that we have these stragglers here. So you want to cut your old color, and then what I usually do is tie these 2 colors in a knot. You don't have to, but I do personally. And then we sew those in to the corresponding color. So I would sew this one into the blue color and this one into my tan color, and I'll do that a little later. But we want to go on to round 14 here. So we're going to do just like how I showed you. We're going to go into this first double crochet here, insert your hook, hook on the new color, and then pull that through and through for a slip stitch. Okay, pull everything tight, and then drop your stragglers in your old color, just like that, and then chain up 2, 1, 2, and then double crochet into this first double crochet that we slip stitched to, put a double crochet in there, and then in each stitch around. So again, you will have your 54 double crochets on round 14, and then after round 14, we're going to change color again back to blue for another blue stripe, and I will meet you up at that point. So I'll meet you up after round 14. Okay, I'm just finishing round 14 here, going on to round 15. We are going to slip stitch with a new color. So go into the first double crochet here, and then, oh, I didn't cut this from the last round, so I'm just going to cut this. And then I'm going to tie these 2 stragglers in a knot, and I'll show you how to sew these in right now. Take one of them and take your yarn needle and then just sew them in to the corresponding color. Okay, so underneath these stitches, just like this, to hide that. Then pull it all the way through and stretch it out. And if you need to cut any extra, you can. I'm going to cut this little piece here. Okay, otherwise stretch it out. It's all hidden. And again, with this color, you want to sew in this end in the corresponding color. Okay, just like this, underneath the stitches. And you can like go into the yarn or around the yarn or wherever, just so that it's hidden. Stretch it out and then cut any extra. And there you have it. So now we're slip stitching to the beginning with the new color. So I'm going to hook on my new color here, pull that through and through. Okay, going on to round 15, we are going to chain up 2 and then repeat. So put a double crochet into this first stitch and in each stitch all the way around for 54 double crochets. So then I will meet you up at the end of this round and we will go on to round 16. And round 16, 17, and 18, our last 3 rounds, we are using the tan color. So we'll change color after this round and just double crochet around. So I'll meet you up at the end of round 15 and we will do just that. Alright, I'm going to change color now, so I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning but change back to my tan color, and we're going on to round 16. So I'm going to slip stitch like that, then chain up 2, 1, 2, and then we're just going to double crochet into each stitch around. And we're basically just going to repeat what we did for rounds 7 through 12, basically, but we're only doing round 16, 17, and 18. So the next 3 rounds, we are just double crocheting into each stitch around, then slip stitch to the beginning double crochet, and then chain up 2, and then double crochet around. So for 54 stitches. And I am going to do rounds 16, 17, and 18, and then when it's time to fasten off, I'll meet you up and we will then fasten off together and go on to the next step. When you finish round 18, just slip stitch to the beginning and then yarn over, pull through and through. Okay. Then to fasten off, we chain up 1 and then cut your yarn and then continue pulling that all the way through and pull tight. And I suggest that you sew in your ends as you go so that you don't have to sew them all in at the very end of this project. So take your yarn needle, yarn your needle, and then sew them in the end in underneath these stitches from the last round. Just hide it in there, then stretch it out, make sure it's completely hidden, and if you need to, cut any extra. There you go. So now we're going to work on the sleeves. But you can see here, this is what it looks like so far. Super cute. But now we are going to work on the sleeves. And what we need to do is look at it, so you're looking at it like this, okay? And then we are going to turn this like this so we can see the sleeve like this, okay? And what we're going to do, you can see this stitch right here, and that's where we attached the 2 V stitches from the front and the back. And you can see if you separate this that there is that loop right there. Okay, that's where we're going to put our first stitch. If you don't put your first stitch in this spot right here, then there's going to be a little hole in your armpit and that's going to look weird. So just put this, insert your hook and then put it on your new color or your main color that you have. Mine is tan. Pull that through and then chain up 2. So yarn over, pull through 1 and 2. And then we're going to put a double crochet back into that same spot. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now we are going to double crochet into each stitch around the sleeve. So right into this first stitch here, yarn over, go in. You can see I'm going to put my straggler over the top of this line as well, and then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. That way my straggler is being sewn in as I go. So then yarn over, go into the next stitch, make sure your straggler's on top there, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so just continue doing that all the way around, and then I'll meet you up and we'll go on to round 2 together. Alright, after round 1 you should have 23 double crochets around the sleeve, and now we're going to slip stitch to the beginning double crochet of this round, okay, not this chain up 2 right here. We're going to go right into the stitch of the double crochet, yarn over, pull through, and through. Now rounds 2 through 5 are exactly the same. Chain up 2 and double crochet into each stitch around for 23 double crochets, and then slip stitch to the beginning double crochet, chain up 2, and go on to the next round. So I'm going to do rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5 exactly like that, and then I'll meet you up and we are going to change color for round 6. Alright, once you finish round 5 here, we are going to change color, and the next rounds we are going to be repeating what we did for rounds 13 through 18 of the sweater part. Okay, so we're going to change color to blue, do a round, then we're going to change color back to tan and do a round, then we're going to change color back to blue and do a round, and then the last 3 rounds will be tan. And that is exactly what we're going to do for the sleeve. So pick up your new color on here, slip stitch, then chain up 2, 1, 2, and then put a double crochet into that same stitch and in each stitch around for, again, 23 double crochets. So then I'll meet you up and we will go on to round 7 together. Alright, just finishing up round 6 here, and now going on to round 7, we are going to slip stitch to the beginning, but we're going to change to our main color. So let me cut that from the previous round, and then hook that on my hook and pull that all the way through, just like that. And then going on to round 7, we are chaining up 2, 1, 2, and then we are going to just put 1 double crochet into each stitch around for 23 double crochets, and then I'll meet you up and we'll go on to round 8 together. Okay, finishing up this round, we're just going to slip stitch to the beginning double crochet of this round, but we are going to change color back to blue here. So slip stitch with that instead, just hook that on the hook and pull that through. Oh geez, well, do it better than that. Just hook that on the hook, pull through and through. Okay, then drop your straggler in the back and chain up 2, 1, 2, and then just repeat what we've been doing. So just put 1 double crochet into each stitch around, and at the end of this round I will meet you up and we'll go on to round 9 together. Alright, I'm just finishing up round 8 here, and then for rounds 9, 10, and 11 we are doing those all in tan. So just switch your color out, slip stitch with your new color, and then chain up 2, 1, 2, and then just double crochet around, and then slip stitch with the same color then for rounds 10 and 11, and just do the last 3 rounds in the same color. And then, so we're basically just repeating rounds 16, 17, and 18 of the bottom of the sweater, the main sweater part. So then I'll meet you up when we fasten this part off and we'll go on to the next step. Alright, when you come back around, when you're finished with round 11, just slip stitch to the beginning double crochet of this round, and then to fasten off we want to just chain 1 and cut the yarn, pull that through and pull tight. If you wanted your sleeves to be longer, obviously just repeat those rounds. Just repeat like round 11 and go on to making it as long as you want. But I'm going to fasten off here and sew in this end, so yarn your needle and then just go underneath these stitches, and also I want to sew in those ends when we change color. So I'm going to do that, and while I'm doing that, you can rewind this segment to do the same exact thing to the other sleeve, and then when we're finished with the other sleeve, then we will go on to making the hood. Alright, so this is what your sweater should look like so far. Now we're going to do the hood part, the collar and hood part right up here. So what we're going to do, you see here, your V stitches are right here and right here. Okay, so you want to see where both V stitches are, and that's where we are going to count from. You can start from this side. You see this V stitch, this is our first stitch here, 1. We're going to count this way 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, right in here we're going to go into the back loop only. Okay, so usually we go through both loops like this, but we're actually just going to go through the back loop only on that one. Right there. It should be the 6th stitch from the right. Okay, so you can count here from this V stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's the 7th, I'm sorry. So it should be, there should be 6 free on this side. Okay, so right here we're going to go into the back loop only. We're going to grab our main color, hook it on our hook, and pull it through. Then we are going to chain up 2. So yarn over, pull through, 1 and 2, and then we're going to double crochet in the same stitch. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Then we are going to double crochet in the back loop only of the next 3 stitches. So yarn over, go into this next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, back loop only, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So we worked in the back loop only of these first 4 stitches, and now we are going to work in both loops of the rest of these stitches here. So we're going to put a double crochet up until we get to this first V stitch right here. Okay, you can see it's in like an upside down V stitch. Kind of looks like an A, I guess. More like. So let's do a regular double crochet in both loops. Okay, I'm also working over my straggler as well. But you can see here, just working through both loops until we get to our V stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3. This is 4, 5, and 6 is the V stitch. So what we're going to do in this next stitch into the V stitch, we are going to make a double crochet decrease over these 2 stitches. So the V stitch and the next double crochet. So yarn over, go into the V stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, hold it, yarn over, go into this next stitch, this next double crochet, then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. That's a double crochet decrease. Now we're going to double crochet until we hit the next V stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 9 was actually our next V stitch right here. So I'm going to remove that. So it was the next 8 stitches. So then we're going to do our decrease. So yarn over, go into where that V stitch is right here, then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Then just double crochet until the next V-stitch and just repeat that. So just do a double crochet decrease once you get to the next V-stitch, which I'll show you. I'm just going to go really fast over this. When you get past this back seam here, we're going to put a double crochet on this side of the seam. And then you can see here is our next stitch right here, so you'll kind of have to figure out where to put your stitch right in there. Okay, and then just continue working your double crochets along this row. It may be a little difficult because this is our foundation row, so I'm experiencing a little bit of difficulty, but not too bad. If you chained, loose in the beginning, it should be a breeze, so it shouldn't be that difficult. Okay, coming up on my last few stitches here until I get to the V-stitch. Okay, so I'm at the V-stitch right here. So we're going to yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Then just put 1 double crochet into each stitch until the last V-stitch on this round, and then we can finish this row. This is row 1 of the hood, so if you want to, follow along with the written pattern, you totally can do that. Okay, so I'm coming up on the next V-stitch right here. Okay, you can see the V-stitch right here. So we're going to yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, now what we are going to do is double crochet into the rest of these 5 stitches right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this 5th one is actually worked in, so these 4 stitches, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is what it should look like so far. Now in these next 4 stitches, these front loops are exposed right here. We are going to double crochet in each one of those. So yarn over, go in from the bottom of this just like this. Okay, then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next front loop and make your double crochet. Next stitch, front loop, make your double crochet, and this next stitch, front loop, double crochet. Okay, so you can see that it overlaps like that. So now we are going to chain up 2 and turn our work. So now we're looking at the inside of our sweatshirt. You can see here is the overlap. Okay, and now we are going to work in rows, and we are going to work 1 double crochet into each stitch just like this all the way across, then chain up 2 and turn our work just like we did, and just double crochet across. And like I said, you can follow along with the written pattern to know how many stitches you need in each row. And once I finish, I'm going to do, I think it was 9 rows. I'll let you know. You can follow along with the written pattern as well. And then I'm going to check that, and I'll let you know at the end when I'm finished with these rows. Just remember, just double crochet across, chain up 2, turn your work, and double crochet across just like this. Now we're not doing any more decreases or anything exciting. So once I finish this part, I'll let you know how many rows I did, and then we can go on to the next step together. Alright, so I don't know where I got the number 9 from, 9 rows, but I ended up doing 15 rows in total from the very bottom of our hood to the very top, and this is what it should look like, just a big open collar kind of thing. You know, I was thinking about it while I was making this, that you could just make a collar like 4 or 5 rows and just have a little collar, kind of like a sailor kind of suit kind of doing thing, but I did 15 rows. You could obviously do more or less depending on how big of a hood you want to make your child, but this is what I have come up with. So this is what it looks like. Obviously it doesn't look like a hood yet, but we are going to make it a hood. So I did 15 rows of that, and you'll see that in the written pattern on the blog. So then when you're finished, however many rows you end up doing yourself, to fasten off, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to cut the yarn super long. Well, not like super long, but probably like 24 inches or so, and then just continue pulling that all the way through, okay, and then pull that tight, and then we're going to get our yarn needle and we're going to sew the top closed to finish off our hood. So grab your yarn needle and then yarn your needle just like that, and then we're going to fold this in half, so these two top parts right here folded, okay. And if you need to count, there should be 25 stitches on each side, okay? That's just up to you to count that. I'm going to mattress stitch this, but you can do a whip stitch, or you could have also slip stitched this closed. That's again totally up to you. But what I usually do is just go to this side under this stitch through from the inside out, then go over to this stitch inside out, from the inside out, just kind of like shoelaces, you know, inside out, lacing this together. I just like the mattress stitch a lot personally, just because it lays really flat and it's really clean and just, I mean, pretty fast to do. So that's how I'm going to close mine. But like I said, you could close it, you know, with a whip stitch, or with slip stitching with your crochet hook if you wanted. But I'm just going to continue working it like this all the way through to the end, till it's completely closed. It should be 25 stitches. Well, I guess 50 stitches if you're counting this side and this side. But it should be 25 stitches on each side. And then, once I'm finished with this, then I'll meet you up, we'll fasten off together, and we will do the edging around our hood. Okay, to fasten this off, what I'm going to do is actually go into the hood itself, onto the inside here. Okay, and then I'm going to tie a knot. Just going to go around a few stitches, and then through this loop. Just like that, and just tie a few knots. Okay, you can do 2 or 3 or however many you want, and then we're going to sew this end in underneath some of these stitches. Okay, just like that. Sew that in, stretch it out, and then cut off any extra and hide that. Okay, then put your hood back where it's supposed to be, and there you have it. So now at this point you can decide to be done if you want, but I want to do a little blue edge around my hood. So grab your hook and your yarn, and we're going to start on the inside section. Okay, so depending on which side is on the inside, I'm going to go right into that stitch that the first stitch is in right here. And I'm going to pick up my blue, okay, hook that on the hook, pull that through, and then chain up 1, okay, and then we're going to single crochet along this edge here. Okay, so I'm just going to go where my hook fits, and I'm just going to make a single crochet. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and I'm just going to do that all along this edge all the way around, and then once I get to the other side, at the end of this hood, I will meet up with you and I'll show you how to fasten off, and then we'll be done. Okay, when you're finished, just go into the stitch back down on the collar here and just go in and then yarn over, pull through and through, okay, to slip stitch. And then to fasten off, I just like to chain one, cut the yarn, continue pulling that through and pull tight. And then I'm going to grab my yarn needle real quick and sew in that end. So, you know, like I said earlier, I really want to stress the fact that you should sew in your ends as you go, just so that you don't have to sew them in at the end of your project and you can just enjoy it right away. Stretch that out and cut any extra, just like that. Stretch, 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 and there you have it. Your little hood and hoodie sweater is complete. Thank you so much for watching and learning how to make this fabulous piece. If you have any questions about it, leave a comment or check out the blog where you probably will get all of your answers right in the blog. Make sure to click those links in the description of this video, link to the blog, link to the Facebook. If you make this, oh my gosh, I would absolutely love, love, love to see your baby sweaters. I'd love to see your color combinations, and if you use the same colors as me, I would like to see what you come up with. So check out the Facebook, and you can get inspiration from other crocheters. Just check out the link to the Facebook and share your photos there and get inspiration from other crocheters and get, you know, give encouragement to everybody because we're doing such a great job in our community. Also, check out the link to the Instagram and follow me on Snapchat. Thanks to my dad for videotaping for us today and for editing this video and for all of his great photography. So make sure you subscribe to our channel so we can keep giving you the update on when we post our next video. So thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Happy hooking.